Hey, I have another reaction video that I wanted to do. Again by Shisha Zed. So let's check it out.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Shisha Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Young daughter reveals to her father that she lost her virginity last night. What are your honest thoughts about this specific situation? No more wasting time. Let's get it. You okay? What's going on, baby girl?
Well, I wanted to talk to you, Daddy.
Okay, what's going on?
I lost my virginity last night.
I'm sorry. You what? You what?
I lost my virginity last night.
I think she was laughing at the start of it too.
Nah, man. No, you didn't. Because my daughter respects herself. And she loves herself. And she can't be that foolish. You pranking me. And that's why you recorded me. Guys, man, you gotta stop doing that.
Daddy, I'm not pranking you. I'm being serious, and I wanted to come and tell you first.
I feel like we're getting pranked, right? Like I'm watching this. By the way, I watched this from the second part of this video, and then I saw this first part, right? And I wasn't sure if it was fake, but you know, you guys comment down below. Let's keep watching.
With who?
With my boyfriend, with Jason.
Is that not Jason?
Hey, this gotta be one of her jokes. It was just Chris last week, and then you just wanted to move in with Eric. Stop, girl. Stop it. Alright, it's getting old. It's getting old. You almost got me that time, though.
Daddy, I'm being serious. I wanted to come and tell you first.
First person you should have told was God. Because not only did you let him down, or not only did you let me and your mother down, you let him down. You are a princess of virtue. And now, and I hate to say it like this, but I'm gonna tell you from the eyes of the world. And now, you just damaged goods, baby. You used
Why
goods.
would you say something like that?
And there begins the controversy. You guys know we have to check out these comments, right? People had a lot to say about this perspective video, because apparently this is his real daughter, right? That's the confusing thing. It's like, is this a skit? Is this real? Let's keep watching.
Let me tell you why I would say something like that.
I'm more than that.
Do you hear how you think of yourself? Do you hear what you just said? You're what?
More than that.
And that's all you should have been thinking. And from now on, guess what? No one is going to look at that. No one is going to look at you like that. No one is going to see your purity. All they're going to see is your impurity. You gave away your flower, baby girl. And I know I came off harsh, but I'm talking to you how the world sees you now. You're not innocent anymore. You might as well move out and go ahead and get your own spot. Since you're doing adult stuff, that's what you want to do, right?
That's why I wanna I wanna say this, right? When it comes to parenting, that it is such a weird thing that we are so conflicting. We let our children, right, border on the line of being a child and doing adult things. It doesn't make sense, because you're blurring the line. Okay? Having sex, you should be an adult to be doing that. Because you think about this, right? Let's say, although she did it with her boyfriend, what if it was an older man? What is the real difference, right? Because you think about this. She's having sex regardless. It's an adult act. You should not be doing that if you are a child. Period. So now, because that's the thing where, okay, we see that, oh, it's an adult now doing it. What's the difference between now it's an adult? Because because women will say that he's manipulating her, he's using her. But what? Okay, so now if it's because what, there's a balance in power. I mean, how's it not, like, let's say a man her own age not using his own power, because you think because he's her own age it's equal? It's the thing where I think we blur the line, where we just think, where we're not even looking at the situation at hand. You are doing an adult act, period. Okay? You are no longer a child. That's the thing, where we blur lines. You know, let's let our kids drink. Let's let our kids do drugs. Let's let our kids go parties. Have sex. All these things, and yet we try to perceive them as still a child. I really don't like how we do that, right? I really don't like how we do that, because I have a daughter myself, and I've always told her, don't be in a rush to grow up. Don't. Because when you're in a rush to grow up, now you will have to, because that's the thing we forget, right? There are consequences to your actions. What makes you a child is that, you know what, your consequences, usually your parents will take it up. Okay? Because you're a child. So your actions aren't necessarily felt by you because you're a child. You know, you live under your parents' roof. You know, your parents are your leader. They have a responsibility for you. So don't rush to be an adult where you have to take care of these responsibilities yourself. You have to own your responsibilities, the consequences of your actions yourself. Because there's no bailout from your parents when you do adult things and suffer adult consequences. And this is why I say to my daughter, don't be in a rush to grow up. You know, you're a kid. Do kid things. Think of kid stuff. You know, don't need to talk about these heavy topics because you don't need to know it. You don't need to experience these heavy topics. And that's the thing. We push these stuff on our kids so soon, so early. And we think that how is it not ruining their innocence, their purity? We are literally ruining it. And I just think that we're teaching our kids wrong, in a sense that we're just, don't be in a rush. Just like, I have a niece she's 18, so, you know, she has a boyfriend, that's fine, but even in her early years, right, before 18, it's not my place, so I don't care, but even that, if it was my daughter at that age, or, you know, in the later teens, I would say don't be in a rush to have a boyfriend. Because having a boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever, it comes with certain responsibilities, certain aspects, certain consequences, certain, you know, I won't say stipulation, but it's just a certain way of life that you're crossing the line where now you're dealing with heartbreak, dealing with, you know, sex and stuff. I mean, you are just crossing the line between, now you're no more a kid. So since you are no more a kid, you will be treated as such. Because now his daughter has now crossed the boundary. She's crossed the line where she's no more a child. You're doing adult acts. You're not doing child things. Children don't have sex. Adults do. So now you are crossing the line where you are an adult, where now you will be treated as such. Where, like he was saying, now you should just move out. Since you think yourself as an adult. Well, then, this is the thing where we don't let our kids understand consequences to your actions. She also thinks it's light because she's recording it too. Right? I think she was laughing at the beginning. And she thinks it's a light thing. What she don't think is a big thing. But, come on. what do you? This is why I think one of the things where feminism has destroyed women, where they don't think sexuality, your body, is that special anymore, right? Probably the women later on they probably do the comment section where, not to be serious, right? They don't put the importance on a woman's body anymore. A woman's body is not that important anymore. Use it. Let men use it. Go around, do stuff right here. Let a whole bunch of men use it. Let a whole bunch of men use your body. Where's the importance in that? Right? It's not pure. It's not your own temple. You're not treating your body like a temple anymore. Women don't do that anymore. There's nothing special. Now he's like, it's just sad.
Guys, I have to say this. It's important that you caught what he said there about, I'm talking to you the way the world will view you now that you've decided to sleep around, now that you decided to give your virginity away, and if you continue to do this. And the fact that a daughter feels comfortable enough to go to her father and admit this shows some type of strong bond relationship. If you're a man out there and your daughter is willing to confide in you to this level, I think that's a good thing. But I'm also sensing a very real sense of dose of reality that he's trying to get the daughter to look at her decision. What do you guys think? You think he's going about this the right way? One thing I will say is if there's any time that it's rare, or if there's a woman out there who wants to be a virgin and it's not by, because I've always said, you rarely find a virgin today who's actively just I'm not doing this by choice. It's not some type of anxiety thing, or she's not dealing with men.
Where it's a woman that treasures her body. It is important, right? There's weight to it. You don't just, this is the thing where women don't put weight to their body, right? In the sense that, I said it a while ago for something else, but women think it's fine that you give a man a child, and yet you don't think that he should also require commitment from it, like marriage. There's no, you think you give men children, women have lessened their value so substantially. You give children to men that don't deserve it, right? You give children around like it's nothing, yet you don't require marriage for it. She's still a child. She doesn't know what this boyfriend will be like. Because literally, my niece just broke up with her boyfriend. She's 18. And her boyfriend of, a year or so, she broke up with him. I mean, the likelihood of this boyfriend with her would be the man that she spends the rest of life with is practically zero. So, what's in her mind? So, she's just giving it to this man that she likes right now. She sees no future with him. So where's the importance of your body? You're giving something that's supposed to be special to a boy that really you don't see a future with. Then why even? You already start off on the foot where men will see that you don't value your body. So in turn, like the father said, which I'm gonna say, the father is an amazing man. He's being straight up, logical, and blunt with his daughter, which men should. Don't sugarcoat things. Don't make it seem so magical and nice, or be very soft with your daughter, or your children. You shouldn't. You should be the person who will ease them, but show them how the world is. I commend the father. I forgot what I was going to say before that, but it is how I think the father is amazing.
Situations, but it's her choice and saving herself for a man. That's pretty rare. It's rare to find that today more than any other time. Let's keep watching.
Now, I'm not here to scold you. I'm here to guide you. I'm here to love you, but I'm also here to tell you the truth. And we had an agreement.
I know, but I'm 17 now, and I when I made that agreement, I was younger.
Sweetie, just
And I didn't
because
know.
you have a period and you got some little breasts and some hips and stuff that these little nasty behind boys looking at, that don't make you grown, and that damn sure don't make you a woman. You got your own house?
No,
You settle in your own career?
no.
Do you got your own car that
But
you
I'm
pay?
about
Do you got
to.
your own car that you paid for?
I got a car.
But did you pay for it?
No,
And what about those Versace shoes that you're wearing? And that Christian Dior robe? Did you pay for that?
no.
Oh, but you a woman, huh?
So just because.
That's it, guys. That's where the video stops. And we're definitely going to check out part 2 here shortly. There's a second part to this. I actually watched it backwards. I saw the second part and I was like, wait, this seems like it started off in the middle. But let's listen to let's talk about what just happened right there. You know, you have a father who sounds like he made an agreement with his daughter that she would save herself. And if I'm not mistaken, she would try to save herself up until she got a job or she was able to take care of herself to some degree, is what it sounds like. Now, I did hear him say God. I'm assuming ideally, since he's coming like from a spiritual perspective, Christian perspective, he probably would like for his daughter to save herself till marriage. So that may have also been the agreement. I think we can all agree, right? Put away your biases, especially to the women who, you know, the few that watch the Coffee Pod. I know they exist. Put away your biases. I think we can all agree, men and women, that when it comes to a woman, she gains nothing other than trauma and heartache from sleeping around. Now, are there women out there who are like, yeah, I enjoyed being a 3 or 4 and I don't regret it? Yeah, they are. But in most cases, most women, if you ask them, write down the list of men that you slept with, how many of those men, what percentage of those men actually deserved you giving them your body? I'd almost bet my life that the majority of those men, if not all of them, if that chick is single, maybe just one guy, you know, that left an imprint, the one guy they can't get over, they wish they could have locked down, whether he still has her mind, etc. You guys know how it goes. They would think most of them don't deserve what they actually gave. And so I see this as a man who's trying to protect his daughter from horrible things happening to her mentally, physically, responsibilities that she may not be ready for. But in case I'm wrong, let's check out these comments and see what the people have to say. First comment here says, Dad, talk to her about soul ties. Guys, we gotta stop. We gotta stop these soul ties and zodiac signs and all these things that don't have any practicality to them. Practicality. Now, I will say this as somebody who's raised up Christian and somebody who believes in God. My belief is that everything that God wants for us that is good is motivated by him wanting what's best for us. Seeing as this guy brought God into the situation, I'm going to talk about that. I believe the idea that God doesn't want women to give themselves to any man's life. A lot of men do, right? And ruin his life. That's all to protect. It just doesn't really make sense to me. Here's another comment from another person that says, harsh, but handled it like a real dad should to his daughter. So this man agrees with the way this father handled the situation. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Here's another comment from another woman that says, this is why children don't come to their parents. Oof. So we have a woman here who sounds like she doesn't like the way he handled this situation. She's like, this exactly the way he handled this is why women don't come to their parents, because they will be judged. They will be judged. What do you guys think? Here's another comment.
It's ridiculous. So what do you want, right? For him to cheer to the roof, say like, "Go, you go, girl." Oh, good for you to lose your virginity to a man that is of no substance, to a boy that really you probably won't even see again. You know, ridiculous. It's like, no, they should come to their parents. And I said before, the father is amazing because he's not being overly emotional, nor, you know, he's not insulting her. He's being very respectful, but he's being blunt and he's being straight to the point, and he's being, well, he's being direct. He's just showing her like, you gotta know that you are you are now stepping in the world of being an adult. And so women are women are better at raising the children, right? Children, early years. Once they hit, the teen years, men are better at it because they need discipline. And you see how a woman like this, she's not adequate to discipline a child, to educate a child. She's not. She will, because she's too much in her emotions. So that's how she will think. Women like this is ridiculous. All right, we're gonna do part 2.
Joseph, you.
Just because I lost my virginity, you not gonna buy me stuff no more. Why are you walking away from me? So
Don't. I'm your daddy. I'm not your boyfriend. Don't talk to me like that.
do you not love me no more, Daddy?
Hey, I will always love you. And right now, I won't call you crazy, but you got a child's mind. What the hell does what you have on and what I bought have to do with me not buying you stuff no more? You said that you are a woman. So I laid out the facts. If you are a woman, then why don't you have A, B, C, and D? That is what I'm getting to, young lady. That's besides the point. What needs to be focused on is the fact that now you could potentially, 4 things could happen, sweetie. He can never talk to you again. You could get pregnant and he can never talk to you again. You can get an STD and he can never talk to you again. Or y'all can stay together and be together and think y'all gonna have this lovely high school sweetheart relationship and go to college if you so happen to find a sitter, because I'm not gonna do it. Your mama not gonna do it. And you really thought I was gonna sit here and tell you everything was gonna be okay?
I mean,
That's
yes,
not reality,
because you
baby.
tell me to come and talk to you.
Whew. He said, no, we are drinking coffee today.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
And now I'm coming to talk to you,
You damn
and you're
sure
making
do.
me feel like this. And then you're gonna make me not come talk to you no more.
Sweetie, that time that you got caught doing that real bad stuff, you came and talked to me. That time that teacher told me that stuff, you came and talked to me. So it's never going to be a time that you can't talk to me. But I also want you to know I'm your father. I am not your friend. I am not here to heal your nasty wounds. I'm here to pour alcohol in them and show you that you should never got cut in the first place. Because again, I love you. I'm nice. Your mama love you.
Hold on, we're not going to skip over that just yet. I'm not here to heal your nasty wounds. I'm here to pour alcohol on them and let you know that you shouldn't have gotten cut in the first place.
She's nice, but the world isn't. The world is cold. The world is extremely cold. And you just had a first taste, first glance at what it's about to be like. Now that I done dug in you, now I can console you. But don't dictate my conversation and how I talk. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay.
I don't want to know no details of it. Was he a virgin too?
No.
This has to be a father's worst nightmare. Now, this
This is what I'm saying. Like, how I said before, right? How is it any different between, let's say, like I said, an older man and this young girl, right? Because you think that, like, there's no manipulation. Here's another boy that's been around the block. You don't think he's doing some charming, some moves, some childish manipulation? I mean, like people are ridiculous that this is what I'm saying. Like, you're still doing adult acts. This is not like two virgins, in love with each other and just, thinking they're high school sweethearts trying to, I don't know, whatever, trying to think they'd be together the rest of their life. It's not. I think it's just a boy trying to get some. And I can see the fathers thinking that too. right? He seems like he's broken heart. He's broke hearted that his daughter is pretty much being used as just another body, right? Another notch on this kid's belt. So and I commend this father. He is an amazing father. Just from this interaction alone, right? He seems like an amazing man, amazing father.
This right here is why men kind of dread having daughters. And the thing about the daughter thing is a lot of men want daughters. Because these are, let me tell you guys, from my own personal experience working in care homes, and I'm talking about like senior care homes, it's the daughters who come back and check up.
I admit, right? I love my daughter. She is the most amazing little thing ever, right? Because how she thinks, how she acts, how she treats people. She's so kind. She's so amazing. But let's say I'm seeing my niece, right, who's 18 and all that stuff. It's like, and these things right here, I dread it. I dread it because this is what, like the father said, right? The world is not fair. It is not kind to you, right? The reality of the world is harsh. It's blunt. It's direct. It's not going to be kind to you because you want it to be kind to you. So that's why I'm like, I'm scared and I dread it. I dread my daughter becoming a teenager. It's scary because of stuff like that, right?
Find you when you're old. It's the daughters who, it's just the way it is, man. They just have that gene in them, that nurturing gene, especially when you raise them up right. You have a good relationship like it looks like this man has with his daughter. The relationships can go a long way. But then, with that comes the risk of disappointment, the chance of things going wrong. Nobody wants to have a daughter and have to worry about her turning into a 3 or 4. Let's just keep it real. That's all it is. And so far, do you guys think this man is doing a good job carrying out this conversation? I'll tell you one thing that I definitely know and notice he's doing a really good job with. Obviously, this man must use the sponsor of today's video, Tiege Hanley, because that skin is flawless. That she lost her virginity. Let's get back into it.
Sweetie, I love you, but you have to start making better decisions.
But he loves me, Daddy.
Listen,
He said he loves
just because
me.
a man tells you he loves you, that is not enough for you to open your legs.
Right.
This may come off a little wrong or a little weird, but I tell you I love you. You damn sure ain't finna open your legs up to me, is you?
No. Ew.
Weird example, but I'm following.
Yeah.
Listen,
So
the word is not
that's
that.
not love. Love don't mean, oh, they love me, I gotta sleep with them. No. Love is respecting you. Love is respecting your parents' and their parents' wishes. Love is respecting God and your promise to Him and a promise to yourself enough to know I need to wait until I'm married. I need to wait until there's a ring on my finger. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Sweetie, I'm talking to your sister right now. Go sit down.
Listen, guys, how many women out here wish they had this in their lives, this exact conversation from a father? And if they did, how many wish they listened? This is what's needed. This right here, our wife fathers are so important. Very, very, very.
This is exactly what he just said, right? How many women, right? I think there's like practically 80 to 90% of women regret their first time. Practically all women regretted their first time. Regretted being with the first person that they gave their virginity to. Okay? How many women also regret the men that they gave their bodies to? it's just like, I think women are so, I think feminism, right? Modern day ideology has destroyed women's brains so much that they just want to do shit in spite of people, in spite of men, in spite of their father or lack thereof, right? In spite of their parents, their mother, whatever, and not think about if there's a good father like this guy, like this man, trying to guide his daughter. Something that most women or a lot of women don't have. A father that is caring, that wants to guide you to a better path. Okay? I said it before. Why is it such a easy thing for women nowadays to give a man a child, but not require that same man to give her commitment, long-term commitment, which equates to marriage, right? That's a surefire symbol of long-term commitment. So how about, why not require the man to marry you and actually then get a child from you? Why skip steps, or why ignore steps? So if this guy, if this young boy loves her, well then why not just propose to her and marry her, right? Because that means what? He doesn't see that happening. You're getting too young. What's the difference then? Right? You're too young. Well, if you're too... This is what I'm saying. I hate that stuff when you can say things are too young, yet you can do adult things. Right? You can't flip both sides. You can't say that she's too young to marry, but yet she's old enough to have sex. Why? I mean, sex is just... I mean, like, it's such a physical thing, and it's like you're using a person. While marriage is supposedly commitment, it's long-term commitment. It is a focus of love, right? It should be. It's a held responsibility that you both want to be with each other for the rest of your life. So, I just think it's ridiculous.
Important.
You lucky there's a God, and there's a God of forgiveness. You understand me? We're going to get you down to this church. We're going to get you baptized. And you're going to be a born-again virgin. And you're going to take on the vow of celibacy.
Yes, sir.
See, because before I had kids, I'm telling you, I promise you, I said I was going to make whatever daughter I had have a chastity belt on. You're lucky you ain't got to wear one of those.
What?
Oh,
What is a chastity?
You know about it. Ask somebody. Google it. Y'all love that damn Google. Google it. We can get you down to that church. And I know you made a mistake, but the first thing you need to be doing, yeah, coming to me, coming to your mama, that's right. But what you really need to be doing is what?
Because I told Mom first, but
What
she
you
said
really need to be doing is what?
talking to God.
It's a word for it. What is it called? It starts with the R. I'm gonna give you a hint.
Repent.
That's what you need to do. You need to go to him, clean, and tell him of all your sins, and ask him for forgiveness. Because I can forgive you, but ultimately it's up to him. And I'm not saying that he isn't. And I'm not saying that once he forgives you, go back and keep doing what you know you're not supposed to do. But that's the first person you need to go to. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir.
Right. Because if you did, you wouldn't do it.
Yep. That's it, guys. As always, we're going to check out some of these comments, see what the people have to say. First comment here comes from a woman, and it says, "I'm your father, not your friend." Amen, she says. Here's another comment from somebody else. It says, "Now this is parenting and also disciplining correctly." Another person here added, "She better listen. I got married to my high school sweetheart at 18 and experienced hell," she said. So here we go. Like I said, how many women wish they had this? She goes on to say, "He know more than her. Wish I had a dad to tell me." Another woman responded, which turned into a thread, and she said, Same girl, ... Except my daddy tried to stop me and I didn't listen because I was grown.
That's the thing, right? You women, this is what I'm saying, these young girls, right, think they're grown, well then you're gonna accept grown consequences.
There's also that. And the other chick responded back to her and said, nobody tried to stop me, but either way I was grown. Laughing emojis. I wasn't going to listen. And finally, the last comment here says, LMAO, me as F, why nobody tried, I wouldn't have listened, but it's the principle. This commenter said, here's one thing I do want to say. Men are more likely to really be strict when it comes to their daughter's sexuality. Why? Because they were once men themselves. They know how these guys look at women. They're not wanting to take care of your daughter in most cases and be a gentleman to her and give her a good life. No, they're looking to...
This is what I'm saying, like, right? I had a debate with my sister, and like, she's saying, like, you know, why you treat your sons different than your daughters? Because we know, because fathers know the world is harsh. And why would you want your daughter to experience a harsh world? It's not going to improve her in any way. For a boy, yeah, experience the harshness so you can mature quickly and strengthen quickly. I mean, women, you don't need it. And this is the thing where, this is what, right? These mentality where they think they're grown. They don't listen to nobody. This is what, right? This mentality right here is like a terrible mentality that most women have, most young women have, that they think they know better, that they think they know it all. And it's a detriment. It's narcissistic. It's crazy ego.
Busted cheeks traumatize her, and a lot of these guys out here have diseases and all types of trauma that they want to leave with the daughter who you're trying to build into a healthy, happy human being. So of course they're going to go hard because they see things from a male perspective, right? And it's the same thing men try to tell women today and they just don't get it. It's like men will say whatever to get in between your legs. They're not emotionally attached. They will say they love you if they have to. They don't view sex the way you do as women. Here's another comment from another woman that says he's hurt and disappointed in her, but he's a great father. I hope she listened to him for her greater good. Here's another comment that says he wouldn't be hurt if it was his son. With the dad emoji, that's a pretty good point. What do you guys think? I'll tell you what I think. I think as we should all understand, women, when they're pregnant, when things go wrong, and the worst part is not being prepared for children, but having the responsibility of children, they suffer the majority of the responsibility as far as childbearing. They'll feel a stronger emotional attachment to that child because, you know, they're bonding with that child through chemicals. You're going to be responsible for that. You're going to drink that coffee. No one's coming to save you in that moment. So of course, men are more protective when it comes to their daughters. Here's another comment from another man that says, so what you're saying, he shouldn't talk to her. Another comment here from another woman says, no, he shouldn't say she sinned and make a mistake when she didn't. It's her body. I know he wants to protect her, but putting fear in her is not the way. Okay, so let's talk about the sinning thing. And this is from somebody who is a believer in God. One thing I will say is, as somebody who grew up in like a fear-mongering,
I want to say a little different, right? Because he'll probably say some stuff, but I don't think it's a sin, but I think it's not the right way, right? Because I'm not religious. But my thing is, like, I'm not saying having sex early out of marriage is a sin. I'm saying having sex out of marriage, or at least where you long-term commitment or a man of value, right? Where you know what? I was like, you know, life is life, right? I don't shirk that, you know, shit happens. But I think that why give it to a man that don't deserve it? Really, right? Men that, you know what? He's been with you for a long time. He loves you. He's treated you well. He's actually done things to, I don't know, show you that he loves you, shows you that you're his world, show you, just men that really go above and beyond to show you that he cares. I'm not saying I know what her boyfriend's doing, but at his age, I doubt it's going to be that much, right? Just see, whatever, don't matter. But I'm doubting it's that much. So it's like, that's why you wait for some serious commitment, right? So it's like, because I've said it before, where how many women just regret the men that they've been with, regret the men that they gave their body to, regret their first experience, women have so many regrets that comes with their body, right? Like the men that they dealt with that come with their body, right? So really it's like, that's the thing. It's her body, but see, that's the thing where I'll say this. When it's under your roof, it's yours. In a sense that, I'm not saying that like he's like whatever he wants will happen. No, I'm just saying that like if you have responsibility for it, you have control, right? And that's the thing. I'm saying like a good man, right? Good leaders, good fathers will understand how that control, how the responsibility, how that leadership works. This is also a sad fact that the world is unkind. The world is unfair. The world is very ugly. So you have terrible men, terrible fathers, terrible things, right? But that's the thing where we hope to make good people, right? Good productive people, good fathers, good mothers, good children. That's what we try to do. That's why we want to install good morals and characters into people. And I think we're lacking that in modern day society, where I think her father is doing 100% correctly. Although the religious stuff is not my cup of tea, but I mean, him saying that she should respect her body more. Respect it. I mean, come off at it where she should have that train of thought at an early age where you respect your body. It's a treasure. You don't just give it willy-nilly. This man better proved himself. This boy had better proved himself. That's just saying I love you. That's nothing. Women know it. Men say I love you. They could say I love you one minute and just leave you the next. So really, that's not proving yourself at nothing. So that's what I'm saying. It's like the delusion, and this is the thing. It's just not helping. It's not helping girls to become future women. I think it's a detriment, and the father is, I think he's a good man, and he's doing it. He's doing his best he can. You can't 100% control, a growing child, right? Because at a certain point, they'll leave your house and they'll live their own life. But under his roof, he has 100% control. That's why I say. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? It's some interesting stuff. That's why I think fathers are good, decent fathers, good quality fathers are so needed. And it's like they're so, undervalued and not focused on. Right? You give children to terrible men and just think all men are terrible. I don't know. Anyway, that's it. Hope you guys like it. Tell me what you guys think under the comment, Other than that, hope you guys like it. Later, guys.